Hello, this is Julie Musial from Musial Marketing. Welcome back. Today I have the pleasure of meeting with Doug Stoddard for the second time. He's been happy enough, or I should say nice enough, to be on with me a second time. He's with Capture the Power Within. Last time we discussed at length his website and we started to get into social media a little bit, but we really didn't finish. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try to get as much as we can done on the main social media platforms that Doug uses. So Doug, are you out there?
I am. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, just to get everybody up to speed, where we were at last time is, Doug, give me the 1-minute version of what you do again, Doug, on Capture the Power Within.
Yes, thank you. I'm a communications coach, and I work with Dave Blanchard of the Augmandino Group. Dave is the CEO, and we work with people and helping them in their personal development. But we really focus in on the concepts of Augmandino, and especially on helping people to understand how they think. So we have what we call an IC assessment, which really gets below personalities and helps people understand how they think, so that then they can realize what their strengths are in their thought processes, but also the ones that are sabotaging.
Awesome.
And then if they choose after that, then we have different coaching options to help them go deeper.
Great. And last time when we talked about it, most people have 2 to 3 different target demographics, and what you really want to do is narrow it down to the number one target demographic, because it's easier. The people that are your ideal client, when you're looking at your social media and your website, you want to think about really your ideal client. You almost want to picture them in your mind as you're using social media and your website. But what we talked about for you last time was that your ideal client are entrepreneurs who would be adults 30 plus. So that's what we had talked about targeting. And ideally, you should try to look at 1 to 2 main platforms, and everyone should really be on Google Plus. And I'll go through that again today of why everyone should be on Google Plus. But the number one platform that Doug should be on for reaching entrepreneurs 30 plus is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is I like to refer to LinkedIn as the business person's Facebook, because it really is. I have to admit myself, I have made some of the greatest connections through LinkedIn, and I have actually gotten a lot of business off of LinkedIn. When I look for employees, contractors, I go to LinkedIn. It's just a wealth of professional people. So it's, if your target is entrepreneurs, small business owners, anyone in the professional field, LinkedIn should be at the top of what you're looking at for social media. Excuse me. And then the second one for Doug, we really would be looking at Google Plus. So we'll look at that one second, and I'm going to try to get time to look at YouTube. And then I'm also going to look at Facebook page and Twitter. But to start, so that we don't run out of time, what we're at right now is Doug's website. And what he has on his website, these are his connect buttons. And on the bottom, I can't remember, you do not have share buttons, so you want to get those share buttons on there. And so that everyone knows the difference between a connect and a share button. A connect is to connect with you on Facebook or LinkedIn, where a share button is, let's say for example you're on a blog page and you want to share that blog page with your community, so you want people to be able to click on that share to share it with their Facebook or their LinkedIn friends. So make sure when you do your websites you have not only the connect buttons but also the share. So right now we are at Doug Stoddard's page, and I have a lot of different tabs open here, and the reason I did that in advance is I also have my sites open as well. So right now, because we both have free accounts, we've got a lot of advertising in the right hand column, so we just try to ignore that. If you want to buy advertising, you can. from my own personal experience, I have tried to buy advertising on LinkedIn and was not very successful. So I have not, I don't buy a lot of advertising on LinkedIn. I have been very successful in buying advertising on Facebook. And we can talk about that when we get to Facebook. But Facebook, it's a great place to buy ads to reach out when you have products and services to sell, or even webinars. So in looking at, I'm just going to kind of go through the do's and don'ts of LinkedIn. The first thing that you want to think about is your name. Only put your name in. That's great. Some people put in the name of their business, but you really want your personal name. And then you want your title. And you want to think about what are your top keywords for your title. So for example, if someone was going to Google you, Doug, have you done any type of keyword research that you know what keywords they'd be looking for, or what type of business they'd be looking for?
I would think personal development coach, Augmandino coach. That's what I would think.
I'm writing these down. What I would do then is, in your description, what you want to do, instead of having communications coach and trainer, what you want to have is personal development coach, Augmandino coach. And then you want to go in, and how you can find out if you have properly put your keywords in your header is you go in and you search as if you were searching for yourself, and you put in those keywords and you see who comes up. And what happens is you'll come up, but also your competitors will come up. And you want to look and see, you want to study your competitors, and you want to see what your competitors are doing. And a great way to do that, you don't want your competitors to know that. So right now, what I'm going to show you how to turn it off so they don't see this little in the upper right hand corner. You're going to hover over your picture, and you're going to go to privacy and settings. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to put in your password. And I got to look that up because, well, I think I remember it. Let me try. Okay, good memory. So what you want to do is you want to go into your settings, and right now I'm down here in the profile settings. So you want to click on select what others see when you viewed their profile. So you click on that, and right now I have it that they can see everything. They'll know exactly who I am if I clicked on their profile. But if you want to analyze your competitors, you want to click down here, right here, and you want to click you will be totally anonymous. And then you want to save changes. And I'm not going to do that. But if I was going to analyze my competition, that's what I would do, because then they would not be made aware of it. So make sure you do that when you look at your competition. Let me go back. Oops. Okay. So you want to study, you want to search for yourself, and you want to go in and you want to do an advanced search. And how you do that is right here. You would click on advanced. And let's say up here in the left hand corner, you want to click on this little arrow here, and you can either leave it at all or you can put it on people. So what I'm going to put on here is I'm going to type in personal development coach and see what comes up. And I'm going to click on the little the glass. So what I see here is this lady came up, and she has in there personal development. This gentleman has, he's a fitness life coach, personal development. You can see that they have that word in there. And that's why they're coming up. So if I were to click on Fiona, what you can see is the word that I put in there was personal development coach. So what's coming up is where she has put personal or personal development coach in her profile. She doesn't even have it that many times. She has it down here. You can see it's yellow.
Okay.
And my suggestion to you, Doug, and to everyone on this call is if you really know who your competitors are, go in and take a look at their profile. First, make yourself anonymous. Go in and look at their profile and see what the keywords are they're using in their profile. So she's got transformational coaching and personal development. She happens to be in London. And you want to make sure that in your summary, she's got it in her specialties. In your experience, you want to make sure that you don't want to keyword stuff. She hasn't keyword stuff by any means. She doesn't have it in here that much. So I can tell. Now here she has like her skills and endorsement. Her very first one is personal development. One of the things you want to think about is in your skills and endorsements, those can actually be used like keywords because LinkedIn uses these top skills as keywords. So make sure whatever your keywords are, that in your skills and endorsement, you have your keywords in there.
Okay.
Do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to your LinkedIn. Okay, there you are. All right. So moving on. So I see that you have some work to do here, and it's really important that you study your competitors, see what they're doing, and then work on your profile. This is your most important piece of real estate right here, is how you describe yourself.
Okay.
Then another thing that I do is in the contact information, I like how you got your contact information, but one thing you want to do is it doesn't look like you have gotten a personalized LinkedIn account. Like for example, I'm going to jump over to mine. Hope I'm not making anyone dizzy. Right here, you can see that I have customized my LinkedIn URL. So it's the www.linkedin.com/Julie Musial/. So I can't even show you how to do that because it doesn't show up on my page because I've already done it. But if you have not done it, what'll happen is when you go in to edit your page, that'll show up on the right hand column, and just follow the instructions and get yourself a customized LinkedIn URL.
Okay.
It's much easier for people to find you that way. I like that you have your website, Capture the Power Within. The other thing I think, I can't remember how many you can have here. Let me take a look. You can do anything you want here in these links. Like for example, this is my Twitter. Now for websites, this really isn't my website. I've called it my $197 free gift. If you click on that, you go to a page of my website. This actually is my website, and then this is my Facebook account. So you want to make sure you use all three of these. Get really creative. One definitely should be your website, but then another one could be Facebook. Another one could be something. This particular free item is on my home page, and when you click on this, you actually go to my home page to this free gift opt-in. So you want to make... Pardon me?
Marketing. It's the same page as your Musial marketing link?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
But you can put it on any page. You can put any link in there you want when you create these. Now, I named this $197 free gift. Now, I could have put it to my book page. I could, wherever you want to put it, you can put any link in there you want. And then one of the things, oh, go ahead.
I could have my link to the assessment page.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Absolutely. And then just name it something clever, which might make people click on it.
Okay.
When I connect with people, like for example, I'm going to click on Doug. When I click on Doug, if I clicked on tag, I like to tag all of my connections because that's how I keep track of them. So for example, if I click on tag, these are all of my different tags. So I might have them as healthcare. I might have met them at a Jeff Walker convention. They might be a business owner, and you can put them in more than one tag. And the reason you want to do that is because if you send emails, you can send emails to just certain people who are tagged in certain groups. So if all of the people that I met at the Jeff Walker conference, if I wanted to just email those people and I have them tagged Jeff Walker, I can do that. So you want to use this tag feature.
Okay, where is that found again?
It's on your contact information right here. So,
Okay.
so when you connect with someone, like for example, because this is I have you down as a partner.
Okay.
I believe we met at, let's see, do I have Brendan Bouchard? I don't have Brendan Bouchard on here, but I have Jeff Walker. I could make you a Jeff Walker as well. But if
Right.
it was healthcare or digital media or construction or what have you, it's a great way to keep people in different categories.
So how do you tag them? How do you?
Well, when you let me go to mine. I'm going to go to my contacts. Let me find them. So let's go to my contacts. And right now, let's say I have this person here, Tamra. So let me click on, well, I don't even have to click on her. All I have to do is tag. And then I can click on any of these, and she's a contractor for me. So now I have her tagged as a contractor.
Okay.
When you connect with someone, you can automatically tag them when you connect with them. But you just find that underneath, where I showed you on your profile.
Right.
So right here.
Okay.
Okay, so moving right along. Your background, you definitely want to spend enough time in there to really say what you do. And then make sure that you use keywords in there. In your experience, one of the things I noticed with yours, Doug, is your business, you're a communications coach and trainer, which I have a feeling you're going to change that a bit. But what I don't see, I know you currently have another position. Is this the one you're working at right now?
No. Should I put that other one in?
The one your current business?
Yes.
Yes, you should. And that's the one, because whichever one is the most recent will come up on top. So your current one's going to come up on top, but you definitely want to have that on there. And then make sure you have your keywords in it.
Okay. Well, CPW group is Capture the Power Within.
Oh, it is. Okay, so you've been there 9 years and 3 months?
Right, but we just changed the name. It used to be under a different name, and we were doing a lot of different services. Now we incorporated with CPW and have really honed into the coaching.
Could you could you spell that out? Would that be incorrect for you to spell that out so people knew what they were looking at?
Well, the title is CPW, but I could put, Capture the Power Within group?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I would do. And then this looks a little anemic. I would definitely put more information in there.
Okay, because I've had other jobs with it. They just don't pertain to what I'm currently doing, so that's why I took them out.
The school of thought. Let me go over to my profile. You can move around your different categories. You just drop and drag them. So I've got my background first, and then let me get over to my experience. See, my experience is lower because I've dropped and dragged. But you want to fill in, even though your jobs don't pertain, you still want to put them in. Now, if you had a job for 6 months or something you're really not proud of because it was really a short period of time, I might not put that in there. But for example, I've got internet marketing here, and then some of these are virtual clients. The reason I've put these in here is because they have my keywords in. These are actual clients that I've worked with, even though this was only 2 months, and this was only 2 months. I'm doing this for keywords. These are actual clients that I've worked with. Then executive business coaching. Then I go on, I've got more virtual clients, and I'm doing that again for keywords. And then my next position that I had, and then more positions, and I go all the way back, showing my age here, I go all the way back to 1984. And I have filled in every year, and you should do that, because people want to know, for whatever reason, you don't want to have any 10, 20-year gaps in there.
Okay. So if I'm currently working in another industry but moving to full-time on this one, I'd put current on it as well?
Yeah, you can have 2 current positions.
Oh, you can?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, I just sold a business a year ago, and I had owned 2 businesses at one time, and they were both current. And then once I sold it, then I just closed it out.
All right, I'll redo that then.
Okay. So, and then fill in some more information there. I'll jump over to mine again with my with the summary. You can see I've got a pretty lengthy summary. I go into my experience, and then I talk about what we do at Musial Marketing. I talk about the first kind of people we work with, and then the second kind of people we work with, and then I talk about all of the different courses. Now, the reason I have this down here, I put my specialties in there. We really do all of that, but they're also keywords.
Oh, okay.
You want to be thinking keywords, because if somebody wants Twitter training, I got the keyword in there right there. Facebook training right there. So, and then you want to attach media. These are YouTube videos, and you do that when you edit your LinkedIn profile. And Doug, for you as a member, you can just go into the LinkedIn course, and it'll show you how to do all of this. It's actually quite easy how to attach a link or a video.
Into LinkedIn?
Yes, it's very easy. Like, for example, I'll act as if I'm editing my profile, so I'll click on edit here. So when I go down, like for example, in my summary, if I wanted to edit, I would just click on the pencil. This one here, you can see just by hovering, I can add a video, an image, a document, or presentation. So if I click on that, it just asks me to fill in all of the information. And in order to make the attachment, all you have to do is take the URL from your YouTube video. You just copy and paste it right in there, and up it pops.
Okay. So that's what you taught last week, was how to include, so the picture showed it.
That was on your website. And but where I showed you last week on how to copy the URL, you would copy the URL in the exact same spot.
Okay. All right.
So that's how you would do that. Now this, you see this arrow here? That's how you can. That's how you can move around your sections. I'm not going to do that, but you can drop and drag using that arrow.
Okay.
And each section has the arrows. So here's projects. If I wanted to add a project, I would click right there. What these are for me, these are all links, and I'm linking to pieces of work that I've done. And of course, they have keywords in here. And sections that you don't have filled out are here on the right. So if you're wondering why I might have some sections and you don't, yours are over here on the right. Now, I only speak English, so I just left languages here. But for people, I saw on yours, you are slightly bilingual. You might want to pull languages in. All you do is pull it in. And then you might want to put Spanish and English.
Okay.
Same with your awards and honors. You can pull those in and put awards and honors, test scores, your courses, all that different kind of stuff. So that's how you do it. It's just like a drop and drag.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, it's real easy, and you can't break this, so.
That's good.
So then continuing on with experience, and I've got recommendations. There you are, Doug. Doug was kind enough to give me a recommendation just recently. And I'm going to jump back over to yours, though. So on your skills and endorsements, make sure that you have the keywords that you want. And you can move these around as well. These are drop and drag. So if you think personal development should be on top, then put that on top. Because coaching's pretty vague. The one that you had said, personal development coach, I really want you to study your competition and work on those keywords. There's also the Keyword Eye tool in the membership center, but you just go to www.keywordeye tool and work on your keywords. Definitely work on your keywords. And you can have up to 50 keywords, and I highly suggest you use all 50. And then your volunteer... Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, keywordeye.com?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me check. I've got another computer open here. Let me make sure of that. I just want to test it. It could be Keyword Eye tool. Yeah, it's keywordeye.com.
Okay.
Okay, great. So moving right along, courses, languages. Oh, you do have languages in here. Great. Your honors and awards, education. One of the things that I don't see in here, you were at Brendan Bouchard's event, correct?
Yes.
You want to put Brendan Bouchard in here because that's very powerful. So for example, let me find my education. My education is right here. So for example, I have down here product launch formula because Jeff Walker is he's the #1 online product launch trainer in the world. And then I did a video while I was there, so I attached the video.
Okay.
And wherever I go, I take videos, I take pictures, and I use them for social media because social media is so visual, and videos, you cannot go wrong with videos, with YouTube being the second largest search engine in the world. So here I've got Brendan Bouchard's. I did a video, and then I go into my coaching certifications and what have you. But if you've gone to some great seminars and got some training, you want to put those on there. And if you don't have a video, put a picture. You can add a picture instead of just by hovering here. You can add an image instead of a video.
Where?
Right here, when you hover right here where you put the videos, you can see it says click to add video, image, document, or presentation. So you could put a picture instead of a video.
I see. Okay.
So then I'm going to stay on mine here for a minute. I don't personally put personal details on my social media platforms. I just don't. I use them strictly for business. And then recommendations. I highly suggest, a lot of the experts say get at least 3. I think you should get at least 10. And if you want recommendations, what you do is you come down here to recommendations and you click on the pencil. And what it'll say is ask to be recommended. So you just click on there and then you ask someone to recommend you. But you can see I have quite a few of them. And you can even click on the more. A couple secrets to getting recommendations is that if you've worked with somebody and you know they were extremely happy with your work, ask them for a recommendation. Ask them to type one out. Or better yet, get a video. But if they really want to get you one and they don't, it's probably because they're busy just like everybody else. So my suggestion is type it out as you saw the situation, call them or send it to them in an email and say, I'd really like to use your testimonial on my website or my LinkedIn profile or what have you. I've typed out here what I thought happened during whatever you did with them. If this looks accurate, could you give me your blessing to use it as a testimonial? Or you could also say, if you're happy with this, could you just copy and paste this into the LinkedIn recommendation? But people are happy to give you recommendations if you make it easy for them.
Okay.
And groups, you can put your groups on there. Those are the main things. You really want to spend LinkedIn, if you're after professional people, LinkedIn is just as important as your resume, and it's just as important, almost as important as your website.
Okay.
So, and you can see here in my profile, I have social media marketing trainer, business marketing strategy, online marketing, and then I have author of Advertising Evolution. Those are I spent a lot of time designing those keywords, and I have studied my competition heavily. So that's LinkedIn. Do you have any other questions in your LinkedIn?
No, I had one, but you answered it with the tags, so I could actually go into a group on the tags and send email out to them.
Yes, you could.
Okay.
And let's see, you can see here who's viewed your profile. The number one thing is you want to have a professional picture, and I know you do. Whoops. I know you do, which is great. You want to have a professional picture, and then you can look down the right hand side. Let's see, I'll have to go back on mine to show this. I can't show it on yours. You can see how many people have viewed your profile. I just go with the free membership, but if I paid for my membership, I could see exactly who these people are. They tease you every now and then. They'll show you 2 of them, and then they'll say if you want to see all of them, you need to pay a monthly fee.
Yeah.
The biggest mistake people make is they don't spend enough time on LinkedIn putting their keywords in there and really spending the time to fill it out completely. You can see that my profile is done. I'm an all-star because I have taken the time to fill it all out.
Okay.
So.
Well, yours is a really good example. I looked at yours a fair amount, but I just didn't know the direction to go. So.
Yeah, now you know. Now you know how to make yourself anonymous to study your competitors as well. If you know there's a competitor out there, make yourself anonymous and study all the way, and then search. Go to an advanced search and put in those keywords. Like for example, whatever your keyword is, you could put it right in here into keywords. You could even, if you wanted to look at companies, you can do that. You can change the relationship that you have here. You can change where they're located. You can look at postal codes, and then you click on search and up pop all the people. So you can really do some investigating on LinkedIn.
And that's under search then?
Yes. Yeah, and all I did was I clicked on advance and this screen came up.
Okay.
And now you can search people and you can search companies. So for example, right here you've got the arrow. I've got it on all, but you can change it to people, or you can change it to companies. You can change it to groups if you want to define certain groups. And then if you clicked on groups and you want to define groups in, dog grooming groups or whatever, that's how you would do it.
Okay.
So that is, we're actually at the half hour here. I will quickly jump over to Google Plus real quick. I know you don't have one yet, so I'm going to use mine. Google Plus, they're all going to these great big profile pictures, which is really nice. And one of the things you want to do is on all of your platforms, you want to have uniform profiles. So whatever you have on, if you've got one on let's say Facebook, you want to have the same one on LinkedIn. Or excuse me, I keep saying LinkedIn. You don't get you only get your picture on LinkedIn. But Twitter even is going to the large, right now Twitter is rolling out the large picture, just like Facebook, just like Google Plus. They're all going to it. Pictures and videos are where it's at. You have to be doing them. Twitter right now, Twitter stock dropped in half today. And the reason today is April 30th. The reason I believe Twitter stock is dropping so drastically is because they're not getting new people to come onto Twitter. So they're really making some significant changes right now. When they make these changes, they roll them out slowly. So I can't even show you the changes because I don't have the changes yet. But what I did was I went over to HubSpot's, this is HubSpot's Twitter account. And if you look at, this is Doug's Twitter account, and this is what most people's Twitter's account looks like. You know, and if we were talking about your Twitter account, I'd suggest you got graphics in here and graphics here, but don't bother because they're changing them. Within, I'd say, a month or so, you're going to have the changes. And what's going to happen is it's going to look like this. It's going to be this great big area where you can put photos or whatever, and this is your profile picture. And I just brought this up. I'm going to tell you for your, let me see if I have this. I want to tell you the exact size for this picture. The new header size on Twitter, if you want to write this down, is 1500 wide by 500 high.
Wow.
I know, it's huge. And I'll leave you in on the reason they're doing this is because it's all about pictures. They're losing so much business. Of course, they're losing it to things like Facebook, Instagram, and Google Plus, because as you can see with Google Plus, they've got the big picture. But so what I did today and what I suggest that you do is you can use Fiverr.com to do this. You can use a graphics designer to do this. I went on PowerPoint today and I wanted to change. I know the Twitter change is coming. So I went on there and I kind of cut and paste what I'd like my designer to do, and I gave her the exact sizes, and I can share that with you in the membership center, the exact sizes of what the timeline pictures would be, and then she's going to go ahead and do the graphics for me, and as soon as she's done, I just have to plug them in. But I suggest that as soon as that Twitter change comes, that you make that change. I know there's a Facebook change coming too, but I don't think they're changing the size of their graphic. At least I haven't heard it. So on the Google Plus, this is really important. You want it to be real consistent with your other platforms like Facebook, like Twitter. And the big thing with, I know, Doug, you don't have a Google Plus yet, so this, I'm not going to, well, we're out of time anyway, so I'm not going to, I don't think I'm going to go through a lot of Google Plus, but the reason Google Plus is so important is because it is owned by Google, and they play favorites with Google Plus and YouTube because they own them. You want to connect your website. You can see here I've got my website connected, and you want to establish authorship for your blog. Sometimes most people need a technical person to establish or to connect their website and or establish authorship. And it's really important, and you can do that really inexpensively. You can find VAs. Musial Marketing can do that. Any website designer or website programmer can do that for you, and you can find them on elance.com or odesk.com or even Fiverr.com, and they can do it really, really quick. It'll take them 15 minutes to do that for you, but that's really important that you do that.
You're saying establish authorship is what they can do?
Yes. Yeah, they can make those connections for you. You want to hook up your website, and you want to establish authorship for your blog. Because Google wants you to do that so that they know you're really the person writing that blog.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop there. Doug, do you have, for what we've gone through, do you have any questions for me?
Not right now. Not on these two sites. You've given me so much on LinkedIn that I can jump on right away and do.
And I probably shouldn't even give you any more than, because otherwise I'll just confuse you. But when you do get on the Google Plus, you want to make sure your profile's consistent with your other profiles. And then here's a YouTube. This is another client of mine. You can see that YouTube has the big wide banner as well. So you want to make sure that for your YouTube, you're very consistent. You can have calls to action. You can have your social media platform connections, etc., etc. So whatever you're using, you want them all to be.
On his, I did have a question. This is a banner. Is this what Fiverr would make?
Yes,
Or
yes.
YouTube?
And all you have to do is, like for example, the YouTube artwork. I just did this today, so I have these right in front of me. This, the YouTube banner is 2560 by 1440. That's the size of this banner. It was 2560 by 1440, and it's a maximum of 2 megabytes. So what I recommend is that YouTube, Facebook, Facebook, and Twitter profiles are so similar that if you're going to do it, you may as well do all three at one time. So that's the YouTube, and then Twitter's new header, which you can see here. This one is 1500 by 500. And I believe this one you can go maximum of 5 megabytes, but I don't recommend that because then the upload time is going to be slow. So I would suggest do them all at a max of 2 megabytes.
Okay.
And then when you look at Facebook, this is your personal Facebook, but when you do, one thing you should do, and I'll end with this, Doug, is you need to create a Facebook company page. And how you do that from your personal page is you click on create page, and then you just create it.
Okay, that was my business page. I just started it.
This one here?
Yeah, I do have a personal page.
Oh, you do? This is your business page?
Right.
Okay. Then you just want to change it up then.
Yeah.
Okay, real good. And the size of this one, this cover photo is 851 by 315. And it's a maximum of 5 megabytes, but I've asked my designer to keep it at 2 because otherwise you can get those slow load times.
Okay.
So we will, if you don't have any more questions, then I will end. Did you have any other questions on LinkedIn?
Well, I did on Facebook real quickly. How do I invite people on my personal page to view and like my business page?
Well, first, if you have friends, you just go and ask them. And what you can do is you can take your, copy this here, up here, your URL, and then send them a message and ask them to like it.
All right.
And then when you put this URL in the message, your business page will pop up.
Okay.
And even though only about 1% of the people that like your business page will actually see your status updates, I still suggest you build a Facebook page, because when you advertise on Facebook, you can either advertise to the people that like your page, people that like your page and their friends, or you can advertise to people that don't like your, people that aren't friends of yours or liked your page. So where that comes in really handy is, let's say for example you had 3,000 followers. Well, if you have 3,000 followers on Facebook, I can guarantee you only between 1% and 3% are going to see your status updates, because that's the way Facebook wants it. Facebook wants you to pay to advertise to those people. But the only time I use Facebook to advertise is when I specifically have something of importance. So you'd want to put together that status update. And if these are people that liked your page because they're genuinely interested in your page, those people are worth advertising to from time to time if you have something important to tell them. Okay, great. Well, I thank everyone for hanging on with us today, and I will go ahead and sign out. Thank you so much, Doug, for being with us a second time. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for all you've done. I really enjoyed it.
You're welcome.